What's going on? My name is Amy. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm talking about my road to $100 in dividend income account. And I've made some changes. I'm going to give you the updates on that. I had a specific plan. If you go back on this channel, you'll see my, how I'm building $100 a month in dividends income account. And at that time, there was some ideas I had, some specific tickers. I had 3 tickers I was going to buy, and I had started building a position in that account with YBTC, and I was going to buy some other things. That's changed. I still have YBTC, but I've added one other ticker instead of 2, and it's different from what I talked about in that video. And reason being is this specific high yield, also a weekly paying ETF, yay, it's it was just completely off my radar screen before that video was made, and I realized that I wanted to invest in that instead. So making some changes. Let's get into the spreadsheet here, and I'm going to share with you what's happened and where we're at. So let's just move me over here. Okay. So YBTC ended up getting 29 shares of that in total, and I'm not 100% sure. I think maybe a couple of shares will fall on the next payout, but I've been paid once by both of these already. And then the other ticker I decided to add is PLTW, which is Palantir's weekly options dividend paying ETF, whatever you want to call it. And today, which is August 19th, there's some definite rebalancing of the stock market, definitely a minor pullback. So some of the stuff that I had bought, seemingly on, a little bit of a pullback, it's dropped quite a bit. So I'm not concerned about it because this is just normal stock market behavior. We're in August. Things are, moving around. There's uncertainty. Jerome Powell's talking at the end of the week, blah, 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 blah. This is just how it goes. This specific dividend income account, by the way, it's not in a retirement account. It's a cash brokerage account, which I did specifically because I wanted to build an income generating machine. I don't want this specific strategy I'm trying to build up to be in an IRA because then I can't take the money out. So the whole point of this is to actually build a income strategy, income cash flow from this account. So we're just about there. Obviously, I think it's been maybe about a week since I made this the other video. Initially, I'm looking at it as a monthly thing, right? But I was going to buy QQQI and was the other one? Oh, I was going to re-add to my Misty position. Misty has dropped so much in NAV that I decided, you know what, I was able to get out at just about break even, and that was after one payout. And then I was going to sell my shares and buy another position in this account. Decided to completely nix that idea. QQQI, I just realized for the cost of the shares that it wasn't worth putting that much effort into it if it wasn't paying that much in dividends. So as you can see here, like I said, I've got 29 shares now of YBTC. This is the Bitcoin options strategy one. My average cost is $48.40, and it's now dropped to about $46.85. Before today, though, I was actually neutral or had a small profit on it. But since today everything's kind of selling off a bit, it's come down. Same story with PLTW. Now PLTW is definitely down today because it actually paid today. So between yesterday and today, it was dropping as it's paying out its weekly paying premium. So I ended up with 13 shares of that, and I think 12 of those shares I owned before the ex-dividend date, which was yesterday, Monday. And so this payout I'll show you in a second, it's only going to count for 12 shares, not 13. I'll probably buy more today, actually, since it's down. So as you can see, average cost $53.90, and it's down all the way to $44.80, which is kind of poopy. Let me just double check because the market has just been very crazy lately, as you guys know, or as for today. So anyways, let's get into up here today. Okay, so YBTC was the first one I got paid on 8/14, and this weekly, unfortunately, it only paid 34 cents a share, which was a little disappointing. This one, I want to say paid 50 cents a share the last time prior to that. So, I wasn't necessarily expecting the exact same payout, but I was expecting something closer than 34 cents a share, and that did not happen. So with my 29 shares or so, I got paid $9.25 on August 14th. And then PLTW, which just paid today, this is the first payout for both of these in this account, paid $1.59 a share, which was fantastic. Thank you, Greg, from my Amy's Trading Tribe group and Investing Tribe that mentioned that one to me, because it was kind of off my radar screen. I just wasn't really paying attention to it. I was disappointed in WiMAX ETFs, of which Misty is one of them. Those ones just have been eroding crazy fast. So I was like, you know what? I'm not happy with those. But the round hill ones, like YBTC and PLTW, actually are either somewhat net positive on the year, or they have grown, which is like amazing. And PLTW, I don't think has been around that long. And these kinds of high yield, call them high risk, dividend paying weekly ETFs, you want to get in as early as possible, because eventually, you start to see less and less payout. You start to see less and less protection of your capital as time goes on. So I think it's just a good time to be in. And that paid a whopping $19.03 off of just the 12 shares. Like I said, 12 shares I owned when I got paid today. So I bought another share already today just because it's down. I'll probably buy another one. So basically, what does that mean? That means Amy is close. Let's see if I can. Close to the, whoops. I'm just not a fan of OBS. Can I just say that? Okay. Okay. So based, I kind of like did a rough guesstimate, if you want to call it, of where I might stand with the income amounts and whatnot. So if YBTC was paying, this estimated, like, let's see, I think I did it off the 34. And I've got the 29 shares. That puts me at about $9.86 per week, $9.86 per week. If it continued to pay 34 cents, if it continues going down, this is going to change, of course. But let's just say on the low end, because that was one of the lowest paying payouts for YBTC. And then you times that by 4, which actually this month, because I bought it in time to get the first August payout, I'll actually get it times 5. This particular month, I should end up with about $49 and some change if it continues to be consistent. However, being that it's paying 5 weeks instead of 4, I don't know if that's going to be, it's going to change, the payments because of that. So let's just say, for the heck of it, we'll just average the 4, right? 4 at 34 cents. That should put me at the 986. 29 shares. So 986 a week times 4 puts me at 39.44 for the month. I just put 39 in the box there. And then if I don't buy any more shares of PLTW as it stands right now, if for some crazy reason they did continue paying $1.59 a share, which would be wonderful, then that would put me at about $20.67 per week times 4, about $82.68. So just say 82. That one, I have to look at the dates. Let me see, because that paid, what's today? Today's a Tuesday, right? Okay, so yeah, so definitely I won't get any extra payouts on that one. Even if I had owned it earlier in the month, I'm still going to get just 2 payouts this month for that one because of not owning it in time for the other August paydays. So at any rate, we'll just say next month, maybe it pays that again. I don't know. I mean, shoot, even if it paid $1 a share, and I never bought any more shares, we're talking $13 a week times 4, which is $52 a month, plus my 39 maybe. That would put me at like 91. But let's say it didn't drop that much. Let's say it dropped from $1.59 to $1.25 on average, times 4. That is going to give me, $16.25 a week, $65 a month, plus estimated 39 from YBTC puts me at 104. So next month, September, would be the first full month that I could gauge, okay, did I create, $100 in dividend income? And that's me buying no more shares. Like, today is the last day to buy anything. I'm done. That would be, worst case scenario, let's say. And my intention right now, I have a few $100s left in that account. My intention is to buy a couple more shares of PLTW while it's on this dip, and just kind of get them on a little bit of a cheaper, bring my average cost down a little, and add to it as I can. And of course, then once I hit $100 income per month, we're gonna go for 200, baby, and then 500 and 1,000. Like, stay tuned. We're gonna get there. But this is sort of it was somewhat of an experiment, and also it's like let's just see if we can create our own income, right? And these weekly payers are awesome because you get paid so fast. The only thing is you really have to be mindful of, okay, are they going to hold their value? Like, is that going to stay up? Like I said, I'm holding them long term, so I'm not like trying to jump in and jump out, take my money and run, take my dividends and run. Already they're down, especially PLTW right now, kind of significantly. But I'm not really concerned because I bought knowing that I could experience that, and it didn't matter because I'm going to hold it for a while. So anyways, that's the video for the dividend income account update. If you want to join Amy's investing tribe on Telegram, it is free. You can come hang out and give a lot more behind the scenes of what I'm doing investing wise and what's working, what's not. So feel free to check that out. Links down in the description below, and I'll see you on the next one.